Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to Clarity Tarot. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you guys are all doing super well this weekend. I just wanted to hop on here and do a little weekend energy reading because I feel like there are a lot of energies going on this weekend, and I just wanted to sit down with spirit and see what messages want to come out and share those messages with you guys, so that way you know what the energy is, so that way you can go into your weekend feeling really good, really aligned, and yeah, just feeling like you know that you're in the right place at the right time doing the right things. All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you want to keep up with my channel and keep up with my messages. So I don't have any other announcements. Let's just go ahead and dive in, and I'm just gonna do this super chill, really intuitive. I'm not gonna structure this reading any certain way. I'm just gonna let the messages come through as genuinely and as naturally as they want to come through. All right, so sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and let's get into this. All right, so the main thing that I was feeling before I sat down to do this reading is that there is so much going on, okay? There's so much going on all levels. There's so much going on in the world around us, which is completely out of our control. There's a lot going on externally in our lives with our jobs, the people around us, our relationships. Again, things that are not necessarily in our control. And this weekend, the message that I was getting in my meditation was come back to the self. Come back to the self. So this weekend, the moon is in Taurus. And if you guys didn't read my community post, I posted a little love reading about the moon in Taurus. So you can go ahead and check that out on my community page. But the moon is in Taurus. And Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Like Taurus to me is the earthiest of the earth signs, okay? So when the moon is in Taurus, our attention is like on our physical reality, like life as it is right in front of us, life that you can touch, see, smell, taste, okay? And so with that being said, I feel that this is a weekend where you really need to look at yourself and how you are feeling, how you are doing, and do whatever it is that you need to do to feel grounded in your life. And that's going to be different for everyone, what makes them feel grounded. But I know for me personally, I have a routine that I follow that makes me feel good and that sets me up to have a good day. So like this morning, I got up, I got on my yoga mat, which is still sitting over there. I drank some water, I journaled, I meditated, and doing those few things really make me get grounded, and it helps me to stop looking outside or worrying about things that are outside of me or things that are out of my control, and to focus back on myself and check in with myself and say, hey, self, how are you doing? And so I feel that it's really important for everyone to do that this weekend, to do whatever it is that you do. You don't have to do what I do or what anyone else tells you to do. Do whatever you do that makes you feel in alignment, and really check in with yourself. And as you're checking in with yourself, listen to what your body is telling you and do those things. And that might be different than what the person next to you is doing, and that's okay, right? That's okay. Taurus to me is a very, not selfish in a bad way, but it's a very selfish sign. It's really concerned about itself and making sure that it has what it needs to be comfortable and safe and secure. So that's what's really coming up this weekend for everyone to analyze, is your current situation in your real life, and not trying to fix the things outside of you, but trying to more doing what's in your control, right? Fixing your inner sense of peace, your inner sense of balance, and making sure that you have everything that you need to be successful. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what cards want to come through here. So most important messages for the weekend, please. Let's kind of start with an overall energy. I gave you like the intuitive, like what I was intuitively getting, but let's see what the tarot cards say. All right, so what is the most important message for the weekend? Okay. Son of Pentacles, yes. See, this for me is the card of Taurus. So Taurus is a sign that, and I love Taurus, okay? I'm a progress Taurus rising, so I really understand this energy, and I love, like, any Taurus I've ever met, I've loved. Probably because I'm an earth sign as well, but, like, Taurus is a very slow moving sign. Like, a Taurus person is not going to rush into anything. And that's what I respect about Taurus a lot, is because Taurus understands the power of delayed gratification. A Taurus understands that nothing lasting is going to come fast or is going to come easy. So Taurus is willing to work hard, is willing to be disciplined in order to get what it wants. And so I feel like that is the biggest thing this weekend, is that you may be looking at the grand scheme of your life going like, I want to do this and I want to have this and I want that and I want this relationship and this career and this amount of money. And the energy this weekend is like, okay, you can have whatever you like, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time, and it's going to require patience, and it's going to require discipline, and it's going to require consistency. Like, you can't get what you want by doing nothing, and you can't get what you want by just like rushing ahead, right? And that's kind of the energy of the sign prior to Taurus, which is Aries. Like, Aries likes to do a lot of things quickly, fast, and just see what works. So Aries can do a lot. Like, Aries energy can do a lot. It can move very quickly. It can move very fast. It can be very successful. But Aries success is, I'm going to throw a bunch of things at the wall and I'm just going to see what works. Taurus success is, I'm going to pick one path and I'm going to follow this one path for as long as it takes until I get what I want. So it's a very different energy. It's a very different energy. And that's what's being asked of us this weekend, is to commit to whatever you're doing. And right, everyone watching this has something different they're doing. Some people are trying to improve their finances. Some people want to change careers. Some people want to improve their relationships. Some people want to buy a house, right? Everyone has their thing that they're being called to do or asked to do or guided to do. And whatever it is, that's great. That's fine, right? But Taurus is saying, be patient. Be patient. Don't think this is just going to happen overnight. And realize that you don't want it to happen overnight, because what comes quickly can leave just as quickly. And if you have not developed the skills to handle success, to handle wealth, to handle abundance, it'll slip right through your fingers. So I know that everyone has heard that a lot of times when people win the lottery, they typically tend to go broke like within a year. And that's because if someone just gives you money and you haven't developed the skills of like earning money and managing money and budgeting money, then you're not gonna be rich very long, right? What makes people rich or successful is that they have developed the fundamental basic skills over a long period of time. Because it's really not about, in any industry or any field, it's not about, doing the new things. It's about the foundational things. Like when you know how to do the basics and you've mastered the basics, that's what makes you look like you know what you're doing. When you can do the basic things perfectly. And that's what Taurus is saying, is really analyze yourself. Like go back to the basics. So like I know right now a lot of people want to start a business. That's like a big thing, right? Everyone's quitting their jobs. They want to start a business, or they want to work for at home or work by themselves. But trust me, as someone that's been doing that for 4 years, starting a business and running a business and maintaining a business is not easy. It's not as easy as it looks, right? There's a lot of behind the scene things that have to happen, and there's a certain type of person you have to become. And one of those things is you have to develop consistency, and you have to have this mindset to keep going even when things aren't going your way. So Taurus energy is saying, like, where can you be more patient in your life? And that thing that you're doing that's not going the way that you want it to go, whether that's a job, a business, a relationship, where can you commit to being more patient? Where can you commit to seeing things through a little bit more? And just go back to the fundamentals, go back to the basics, right? Just go back to the basics. Just to use an example before we move on, like a lot of people who are longtime viewers of my channel, you guys know that I am a nurse, and I have been a nurse for about 7-8 years now. And I personally love working with the older population, like with geriatric people. And like in the nursing world, like it maybe is seen as kind of like an easy job. But I don't see it that way. Like I see it as very fundamental. Like you're doing very like fundamental basic nursing tasks every single day. And I think having that foundation is really good before trying to move on into maybe more like complicated forms of nursing. Like I could do that later down in my career, but like I like doing like the real hands-on everyday day in day out nursing, because when you can do that you can do anything. So that's just an example. Apply it to your industry or your life or your situation. But like one more point I want to make is like don't feel like you need to be farther ahead than where you are, because that's something that can definitely happen. Taurus energy has to be very comfortable with its pace, because people are going to like outrun a Taurus, or they can outrun a Taurus. You can outrun a bull, which like represents Taurus. Like you definitely can. But that doesn't mean that the people that outrun the bull are smarter than the bull, if that makes sense. Like just because you're faster than someone, you do something faster, you do something quicker than someone, doesn't mean you're better. And so like this is saying be confident in where you are, be confident with your journey, be confident with your pace, because mastering those basic skills, you're gonna eventually outrun and outlast everyone who is seemingly bypassing you now. Okay? All right. So that's the main energy. Let's go ahead and keep going. All right, we've got the Chariot card here and the Son of Cups coming out as our next message. Bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Pentacles. So, okay, this is another thing kind of tying into the Taurus energy. Another message that I'm getting from Spirit here is to really spend time this weekend grounding yourself or getting comfortable in your own space. Like, I'm feeling that it's very important for everyone to have their own, like, I don't know how to describe it, but like to have their own space. That's just the only word that I can use. Like really focus on your space and make sure you're happy with your environment. So this might be a good time to go to clean house, okay, and make your house or your environment or your room or wherever you live, to make that your sanctuary, to make that your happy place. Because this is where the healing occurs. So like if you do yoga, you know that like when you're back in your center position after doing different moves, the center position is like that's where you ground yourself. That's where all the healing really happens. It's not in the action, right? When you're doing stuff and you're taking action, that's not where the healing occurs. Or like when you work out, when you lift weights or do whatever cardio, the real like healing happens when you're at rest. And I am getting here that being at rest is just as important as taking action, right? Taurus can be known as like a lazy sign, and it's not that Taurus is lazy. Taurus works smarter, not harder. And this to me is saying that working hard and hustling and doing all these things and being constantly moving and constantly active is not beneficial. Like it's not beneficial. Everything has to have balance in the universe. And so constantly working and grinding and pushing and moving is not doing anything for you. It's just keeping you off balance. And I know that we have that as a part of our culture, like hustle culture, work culture, grind culture, keep going, push hard. Like that is actually like very toxic, unfortunately. And there definitely are times in our life where we do need to work and push ourselves to get where we need to go. But there also are times where we need to rest. And I feel that a lot of you watching this, perhaps you've been in a state of work, or maybe this past week at work has been really challenging. This is saying rest, 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 but not just rest. It's saying be content with where you are. Like, you may feel pressure to work or move forward or do something that you feel is going to move you forward in your life. It's going to push the needle forward. And the universe is saying no. Like, just be happy with where you are on your journey. So, for example, if you're like trying to lose weight or something, it's like, just be happy with the 1 pound that you lost this week. Like, just be content with what you have already accomplished. Don't feel like you need to work harder or have a mentality of I'll be happy when I achieve this or when I get this. This is saying no. Be happy with whatever results you have achieved right now or where you are right now. But I'm really getting a strong emphasis on like the home. This Chariot card, which is associated with the sign of Cancer, is really telling me to be like to really focus on the home. Like I'm getting more of an internal energy, like not just, your internal heart and soul. I'm also getting like literally where your heart and soul lives. Like be content with that. And if you're not exactly like living where you want to live or your environment is not the best, like what can you do to make it a little more comfortable for you? Like, I know for me, when I was living like with roommates or when I was living at home, I would make my room like a sanctuary and I would decorate it exactly how I wanted it to be in a way that was comfortable and productive for me, that matched my aesthetic. And so like even if the house that I was living in was like chaotic and dirty and messy and everyone was like loud and annoying, I knew that I could escape into like my room and into my sanctuary. And that's what I'm feeling is like make sure that your room, your dwelling, wherever you live, is a sanctuary for you. So whether you need to go buy some candles this weekend, or you just need to do like a deep clean, or like, you know, you need to just open a window and let some fresh air in, like, make sure your space is conducive to healing, to reflecting, to, you know, conducive to you. Because I feel like when your space is exactly what you need it to be, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel better. And if you've been like feeling anxious or worried or tense or whatever, all that's going to melt away. But your environment needs to be comfortable. Like, Taurus energy loves comfort, loves soft things, soft pillows, soft blankets, like cleanliness. Taurus really likes that. Okay, let's see what else wants to come out here. Okay, we've got the Father of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. I love that. I love that. I love that. Bottom of the deck, Mother of Cups. So look at this, you guys. We've got the Son of Cups, the Mother of Cups, and the Father of Cups, okay? So I know that Taurus is an earth sign, but to me, it's an earth sign that is, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most emotional of the earth signs, but I feel that like Taurus correlates emotional well-being with like outer well-being. Like if a Taurus's world is comfortable and they feel secure and they feel safe, then they're more likely to be more emotionally expressive or more like emotionally safe, okay? And so I feel that, you know, when you feel safe, when you feel secure, that's when you're going to be able to look ahead at your life and like feel good about your life. What I'm feeling is some of you may have had or felt like unclear about like, where is my life going? Where is my life heading? Or how am I possibly going to achieve this thing? Because your current circumstances don't seem like they are helping you to get where you want to go. Right? There's a big disconnect between where you currently are now and where you want to be. And I feel like this reading, this energy this weekend is saying that getting where you want to be in life is 100% dependent upon you staying in alignment. Because if your life is chaotic and you can't make forward progress and you can't do the deep healing work and you can't stay centered in yourself, then you're just gonna like end up wherever life takes you, right? You're gonna be pulled by the tides of life. And this energy is saying like, you need to come back to yourself, come back to the basics, come back to the fundamentals, and stay rooted and grounded in that, right? Root and ground yourself. And the first step is looking at your space, looking at your environment, looking at where you are. And I know that for some of you, you may not have a lot of control over your space, over your environment, but what can you do? Like, can you get a bed set, you know, that maybe makes you feel a little good, that maybe makes you feel more comfortable, and maybe that brings you a little bit of peace and security and safety. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole big thing, but like anything you can do to make your environment better. Something that's going to make your soul feel comforted, something that makes your soul feel feel good. Because when you feel confident about your home, when you feel confident in your space where you come from, it's easier to go out into the world. It's easier to go out into the world. You have more confidence going out into the world because you know that back home you've got the safety and security that you need. So you're not seeking for safety and security outside of yourself into the world. You know that you've cultivated it right at home. So that's really what I'm getting here is like focus on the home. Focus on the home. Focus on your environment, your security, the immediate environment around you that's in your control. And make that a safe, comfortable, secure place for your soul to dwell. Because when your soul is happy, it's going to help. When your soul is happy, it's going to start giving you and helping you to get where you need to go. It's going to give you the downloads and the information that you need to move forward, and you're going to feel more confident doing things. Because your soul is going to be giving you, it's going to be moving you forward. You're just going to know what to do. It's going to be very intuitive, but you have to give your soul a good place to live. Right? The body in which your soul lives in, because Taurus is a lot about our body, like the body that your soul lives in, that's got to be in order. And the place where your body lives needs to be in order. And so we do have control of our body. We can control the immediate surroundings around us, not the community around us, right? That's more of like Gemini, that's more of like the next thing, but Taurus I feel like is more of like the self and just the very immediate stuff that we can touch, feel, see, hear, smell. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and let's pull some Moonology cards to close out the weekend reading. And yeah, like Taurus loves a good time. They love comfort, food, luxury, lounging. I feel like this is a good weekend to like cook yourself a delicious home cooked meal, sit on the couch, watch something that you really like, relax, feel peaceful, clean your space up a little bit, judge it up if you need to. Like that's going to make you feel more refreshed and ready for the week ahead than like anything else. Okay. So the first card we have here is take time out to breathe. And I think this is really important. Just coming back to the breath, I feel like is a way to anchor yourself anywhere. Even if you're not at home, like even if you're at work, you can always like take a second and go in the bathroom or go in your car and just do some deep breathing. Just 4 counts of breath in, hold at the top, and 4 counts out. And do that for a minute, and you would be amazed at how like centered you feel. And you can literally do that anywhere, right? You can literally do that anywhere. So I feel that come back to the breath. If you feel your mind spinning, if you feel yourself kind of just like going off into different directions and not being able to focus your mind and worrying too much about the future or worrying about things that are out of your control, come back to the breath. We have step out of your comfort zone, North Node, okay? So I do feel that there may be someone watching this who you've just kind of been doing the same things over and over and over again, and it's time to switch it up. Like maybe go to a yoga class this weekend. Maybe go into that store that you've never gone into before. Go to a new restaurant that you've never been to before. Like do something different than what you're used to. And it doesn't have to be something dramatic. Like I think when people think like come out of your comfort zone, I think of like skydiving. It's like it doesn't have to be that dramatic. Like coming out of your comfort zone could be like driving a different way home from work or listening to a new radio station. Like it doesn't have to be so crazy. Like, but do something different this weekend. You'll be amazed at how that just really resets and can shock the system. We have expect powerful change, and I think by really committing to yourself and committing to creating a better inner environment and like outer environment outside of you, that can be the thing that really changes everything. And I did just want to throw one note out there. You know, for some of you, there may be people in your environment, in your home environment, and you maybe need to rethink that home environment. There may be people in your home environment that are negative, that are bringing you down, that are bringing your vibe down. And it may be time to think about, you know, either asking those people to leave or removing yourself from that environment to put yourself in a better environment. So that could be something too that I just thought about. But, you know, committing to that, that's going to change everything. Oh, we have 5 cards. I didn't even see it. So we have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So definitely I just feel that like it's just very important to make sure that you're in a very like healthy and loving environment at all time. And this healthy and loving environment, it might not come from another person. It might just be you like pouring into yourself. Like we see this woman on this card, she's like pouring water into, you know, I don't know, the ethers here, but I feel like pour into yourself, right? Like you don't need anyone to pour into you. You can pour into your own cup, and that's just what I'm getting. Like pour into your own cup and do things that make you feel revitalized. And then the final message here is confidence is the key to your success. And you may need to enact confidence in a multitude of different ways, but I feel that like what this card is saying is feel empowered to do what's best for you, right? And don't let anyone talk you out of that, because sometimes when you start to like be more empowered and pour into yourself and really care about your environment and care about where you are, other people are like, why are you doing that? You know, what's the problem? Like people like don't like or find it strange when people start caring about themselves. So I think you just need to be confident about what you're doing and like why you're doing it, and know that you don't need to explain it to anyone. Like if you know you need to do something for yourself, or you know you need to better your life or change your environment in some way that's going to make your life better, you don't need to explain that to anybody. All right. So that's what I have for you for the weekend. I hope that this message really helps you. I hope it gives you lots of clarity and lots of insight. And again, I would love if you guys like the video, if you've stuck in this long, so I know that you like this type of video. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications so you always get my videos. Leave a comment down below, and if you are interested in learning more about me and my mission and who I'm about, and access my free coaching modules, and all of that is down in the link below on my website, www.claritytarotreadings.com. So yeah. All right, guys, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.